Welcome to Casual Compliance, a show about the culture and philosophy of Commander through the lens of the ban list. My name is Gramps, and today I have a very special guest with me, Chillybin.
Hi. I'm Chillybin.
We got a... I really should have asked before we started. Welcome Kirabobeera, a.k.a. Kira Plays Magic, a.k.a. Kira from Raise the Standard,
That's
a.k.a.
me.
Kira, the everyone's favorite commentator on the most recent Highlander from... is that streamed from Plenty of Games, specifically on Twitch?
It is streamed from Plenty of Games.
And Kira, the commentator for RCQs and...
For RCs.
RCs. Which is even better. The Q stands for qualifier.
Ah.
RC just stands for regional championship.
Okay. Do we have RCQs?
Yes.
We're already off topic.
I was in an RCQ. We did
We
one
played
together.
one together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where I did the Boros deck, and that was the only one I did. And
That's like if you've ever heard like Cycle 7, Cycle 9,
Yeah,
Cycle 10.
okay.
That's the season they're qualifying.
wait, what happened to Cycle 8?
What?
Anyway,
7, 8,
I
9.
already spun the wheel because we're doing things a little bit differently. The camera setup's weird.
Yeah.
Kira took some photos of that for us, which is
great.
because we can't use our cameras. They're
'Cause
there.
they're here.
And I spun the wheel already, and I'm really excited because I have this card on me. Usually at all times, I had to run to the car this time because I'm like, oh, we're doing a guest
So
episode.
just to clarify, this is the one that you've told me you've had in your pocket for every episode.
basically.
And the one that when it finally came up, it wasn't in your pocket?
When we did our episode with Ruby as well, it was in my pocket.
Okay.
So every time we have a guest, I don't bring it with me. We're talking about Golos, the Tireless Pilgrim.
Okay.
Thank you so much for having me. This was awesome.
Goodbye. Kira's left.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we're talking about Golos.
Oh my god.
Just to read it out to everyone. I'm going to
please.
read it from here, not from there. Though with the lighting, it's really hard to read.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, because it's like a drop shadow.
Oh, yeah.
Golos the Tireless Pilgrim is a 5 generic cost legendary creature.
Yep.
Artifact creature. It's also a scout.
Okay.
He's such a pretty boy. Look at him. It's going to be over Kira at this point. When Golos, Tireless Pilgrim, enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a land card. Put that card onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle your library.
Okay.
Talk about
Pay-
the wheels.
Pay 2 in a Wooburg. So 2 white, blue, black, red, green. That's Wooburg. Yep. Thank you. Exile the top 3 cards of your library.
Mm-hmm.
You may play them this turn without paying their mana cost.
Oh, I see why it's banned.
There's so many reasons why this card is banned, and that is not even like the most of them.
So why do we think this card is banned?
Grab a land.
Yeah.
A land.
Is that why?
That's why Primetime's banned. Because it's a land. It's exactly why Primeval Titan is banned, is because you can grab a land, which is not predicated on a basic land type. It's not dedicated to like that. That is generally.
Sorry, I do play Golos on Brawl, so I had to remind myself. Why it is
Yeah. So that is exactly why. Like it's exactly why Primeval Titan is banned, because tutoring for a land, which means you can grab something like Urborg, you can grab something like Phyrexian Tower, you can grab
good cards.
any land. It's not just search your library for a basic land card, search your library for a card with a basic land type.
Just
It
a
is
land.
a land.
Yeah. See, I was looking
fantastic.
at the get a bunch of shit off the top for free.
Yeah.
That's also good.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
and also if you can
rough.
reduce costs, like I know in my Brawl deck I have what's the Lotus that lets you tap
Timeless Lotus.
I have
Timeless.
the Timeless Lotus in
Yeah.
there. Tap
Taps
that
for
and
Wooburg.
then just a Soul Ring and an
Yeah.
Arcane Signet and
Great.
whabam.
I mean,
Done.
just a Soul Ring will do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Additionally, like anything that reduces activation costs, it's like your training grounds type effects.
But okay, and hear me out.
I
Yeah.
mean,
It's grabbing a land and it goes on the battlefield once and that's it.
Okay.
Because it gets in there. That's for after this.
Okay.
And
It's a into the battlefield effect?
yes, it's an
Okay.
ETB once it enters.
Okay. So end step, Conjurer's Closet, Teleportation Circle, just
Shh, we're not up to that part yet.
that was the spoken part.
But then also, that's a very... People on TikTok and YouTube make fun of us for saying that our combos are really expensive.
No, we don't say they're expensive. We say how much they
No,
cost.
we say how much they cost. They say, oh, it's 22 mana to fucking get your Emrakul out. It's 12 mana to get the thing to pay off.
Yeah, not all at
It's
once.
It's expensive. It's expensivo.
it's not even a tap effect either.
Yeah.
It can
That
be
would
done at
make
any
it-
time.
Frankly, if it was a tap, like 2 Werberg tap, that would actually change a lot about how the card works.
But if
And you can do this on other people's turns, right?
you can
Yep.
do it.
yep, an unwinding clock and a microsynth lattice. Anyway, we'll get to the fun parts later.
Yeah, so Unwinding Clock, Timeless Lotus, Soul Ring.
Yep.
You can just do this at
Over
least
and over.
once on every player's turn.
Yep. What's wrong with it? It's only 3 cards.
So-
it's a 99 card deck.
I'm thinking about when this episode will come out. So 2 episodes ago, we spoke about Flash.
Yep.
And the classic Protean Hulk Flash combo. That like I feel like a lot of the same problems are going to come up here. Of
But
like
there's no leaving the battlefield.
Protean Hulk is just go get a bunch of creatures, drop them in.
Kira's mad at me.
What if it's a deck full of Eldrazi? Massive Eldrazi, for example. You're casting them for
Oh,
free, and they have cast triggers.
You mean my Naya Eldrazi deck?
Yeah.
Atla Polani.
You're playing Golos Eldrazi, and you're getting all the cast triggers off of them because you are casting them for free.
And now I hear you out.
Yep.
And I'm hearing what you're saying, and I still already have the best answer for why this can be unbanned. Do you? So you say
Sorry,
if there's a tap,
just clarify it for me though. It is you're casting those 3 that you exile.
you may play them,
Okay,
not cast.
so-
you may play
yeah,
them
but-
without paying the mana cost.
Yeah, but if they are spells, you are casting them.
Yes,
Yeah.
because there's also lands, cancel
Yeah.
lands.
So you would get lands
If you
that
can,
way.
if you can play extra lands,
Yeah.
so if you've got Azusa's in there, you can put them down.
Uh-huh.
So you say if there's a tap symbol in there, it's fixable.
Not fixable.
Okay.
I'm
better.
saying it makes it better. I'm saying
I
it
guess
makes
your
it
main
better.
issue was the land part.
It's an artifact creature, right?
Yeah.
So Unwinding Clock untaps it too.
Yep. Well, okay, and hear me out. It's an artifact creature. There is so, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
You're
Go on.
You're gonna shoot me
Go
for
on.
saying this. There's so much targeted removal. Oh, I'm so glad we brought Kira on. We're raising the standard of this show. And if you wanted to raise the standard of your support for us, go to casualcompliance.fun.
That's casualcompliance.fun said without a laugh.
If you think we can unban Golos, just like I do, let us know in the chat. I know Spider will be on my side. Thank you for
chat?
being
This isn't a live stream.
Yes.
Chat, is this anything?
Oh, I genuinely thought that, you know what, I'm going to have a really good argument for this. I'm now, because I was excited that this is the card that we have while we have a guest on. Because I had some cards in mind that I wanted to have for you.
Yeah.
This was not
wasn't
one of them.
That makes it perfect then, right?
Yeah, well,
This
no,
is
not
even
anymore,
better.
because now I've got 2 against 1.
Yeah. Can I,
I'm just having
to try and
support.
add a little extra color here, you've played against a Golos deck, right?
I've played against a Golos deck, and I've played against a deck, and this is my primary argument. I've played against a deck that was worse. I also play Golos in 100 Brawl.
Okay, but the question I was going to ask is, how did it feel?
I played Slivers against it.
That sounds. Oh, it's
So
just
two
all,
is-
yeah, it's just all
Two
around a bad
people
time.
sitting
Yeah,
at
it
a
was
desk
it was
together.
2 Wooburg decks, and then what was it, a mono red blue hate deck, and I don't even remember what that one was over there. Like, it was just something, and it was really just Slivers won because Slivers do win.
Yeah.
Unless there's a Colonian Hydra down.
We can't talk about that again. We can't.
Well, so ban, unban. Clearly, where we're at.
It sounds like where we're at right now.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yes.
So and this is the thing that like we had to adjust in the way that we talk about cards on the show since game changers and brackets became a thing.
Yeah.
If something is unbanned, it goes into being a game changer.
So could this be a game
So
changer?
and that's saying like, hey, it's a card we should probably talk about before the game starts. And if
Yeah.
your commander is a game changer, that's a little
Because we're
tough.
looking at this from the lens of that social format where you, the player, should be talking to your friends or the randos that you meet at the LGS about what your deck does in a way that everyone has a fun match. Because it isn't a fucking death match.
Imagine talking to
Exactly.
the people in your social game.
it's wild.
Exactly.
It's truly
Would not
wild
be me.
to have a
Imagine
human
talking to them.
conversation.
Yeah.
And not talking over them. Like,
Yeah.
So when in this, if you were faced with this card, and this is what to think
Yeah.
about for the rest of it, if someone pre-game was like, this is my Golos deck, and here are the things inside the deck,
Yeah.
would you, leaving the table because you're not willing to play that game is your decision as an adult.
Yes.
That's fine. But would you, if you were like, you know what, I am going to play against this and I have a deck that is of that level? Because no one's going to say, I have a bracket 1 Golos deck.
That doesn't exist.
Everyone, because Golos,
Yeah.
It's unless it's
time.
Golos and 99 lands.
Yeah.
then it's bracket 1, because what the fuck are you doing?
That would be really fun.
You could do there's
could
a
do
lot
what?
of really funky lands though that like you could like Calney Garden like end up making incidental
Oh,
creatures and
you
things like
animate
that.
them, yeah.
You've got like
true,
Mishras.
true.
You've got all like the Mishras lands that animate into stuff.
Yeah.
You can play all the restless lands as well.
Oh god, I forgot about those.
So like
It would still kind of work.
It would,
Yeah.
but again, that would be a bracket 1 Golos deck. People don't play Golos to play a bracket 1
No,
deck.
and they'll be playing 3s and 4, high 3s, 4s.
I would say it's a minimum of 4 generally if you're building it properly.
I would fully agree. Like it's either a 1 or a 4. It's either you're doing something really dumb, you're doing
Okay.
something really stupid that doesn't combo.
Yeah.
It's
there are
just
only 2 ends to the spectrum.
Yeah.
literally it's either Golos good stuff,
Yeah.
or Golos great stuff.
Right.
That's about it.
Well, it's either weird or it's great.
Yeah, exactly. Golos slivers.
Stop.
The thing that comes up a lot in conversations about Commander and about the idea of things that are too powerful and how to mitigate those threats is a lot of it is precluded on every single person at the pod having an answer,
Yes.
quote unquote. And I think sometimes that is an unreasonable ask
Yes.
of like, within the pod, there should be 2 or 3 board wipes. Within the pod, there should be 3 or 4 counter spells. But I think that puts a lot of restrictive and negative deck building philosophy onto the players themselves.
Yeah.
And, frankly, when I'm building my deck, my landfall deck, I'm not really trying to think too much about how am I going to mitigate everyone else's threats. I'm thinking, how can I maximize my landfall triggers? What are the spells that are going to maximize my own game plan? And the issue with Golos is that the maximizing ability for Golos is such a high ceiling.
It's a Wooburg fucking.
Do you know what the most common color archetype that I play in Commander is?
Black.
Gruel.
It's Wooburg.
Okay.
I'm a psychopath.
Tiamat.
Goshen Tie of Life's Origin.
Oh, God.
Marina Vendrell.
Your Tav deck.
my Joe to the Unifier deck.
Yeah, okay.
I am a certified psycho, and I'll say that with my chest.
Into that camera.
Oh, sorry. I am a certified psycho, and I will say that with my whole chest.
I have a question prompted by that. What does your Marina Vendrell deck do? Because I have thought about that.
I've got
I've thought about that commander for a long time, but I'm like, rooms, fine.
Marina Vendrell is a bracket 1, bracket 2 haunted house deck.
Okay.
The idea is the subtitle of this deck is called Let's Build a Haunted House. And it is not efficient in its mana.
Great.
Because it plays all of the Ravnica Cluedo edition full art clue lands like kitchen, dining room,
God,
library.
So good.
Okay.
It is a thematic deck.
Yes.
It also I play Mushroom Watchdogs because it's mushroom.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
I didn't
awful.
even have to say it.
There's there's a copy of Rush the Room, but it is also because Marina Vendrell has a tap ability to lock and unlock doors.
Yes.
So it plays a lot of keys. There's like
Manifold
Voltaic
key.
key. There's a
And
manifold
there's also
key.
just like key. It was like keys to the house where you,
Key to the city.
Yeah.
It's a fun, silly deck.
Okay.
And it is not very good.
Yeah.
Because as you can imagine,
bracket
playing
1 for you.
But it's bracket 1, bracket 2.
Yeah.
But it's really funny in a way
Yeah.
as well. And you could make a very, very good Marina
You could
Vendrell
make-
deck.
I've got
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
half decent.
You could
one.
absolutely make
I-
a really good one. But
What-
I went for fun.
One night, I think I'd had a couple of beers and I was just on my computer on Moxfield and I just drafted a deck list in Moxfield.
Mm-hmm.
I called it Marina Vendrell's Boarding House for people with extremely normal names.
Yeah, it's a good.
Now-
That's a good.
That's a really good one.
Think about all the creatures from Doctor Who. They've got names like Danny Pink.
Steve.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's
yeah.
just people with Anglo-Saxon
love
names
it.
in a boarding
I
Yeah,
love
house.
but
it.
you wouldn't take Quincy Harkness, and I'm not happy.
But like
with
you
that.
could put Agris Koss in there as well.
Yeah.
Like
And it was just
Lavinia. Like you could do like a really funny.
Because
what
Lavinia
it-
Nixon is an Australian news broadcaster, and she
what
deserves
it
to be
ended
in every
up
deck.
as was like 38 creatures, 30-something rooms and lands.
Well, and
It wouldn't.
There-
No, it's not.
the meanest piece in the Marina Vendrell deck that I have is Oubliette. Because you lock someone in your Oubliette basement.
Yeah.
I can only think of Oryx's Oubliette, so that's about it. Or is it, who is it? Not Oryx. What's her name? not
Savathun?
No, it's the third sister. Savathun. Oh, yeah, I guess Savathun had the oubliette, but
Yeah.
it was.
Sorry, we've descended into talking about Destiny 2.
Anyway, we're gonna get into research. For those of you who are casual compliance subscribers and you get to see the BTS, we're also going to be talking to Kira a little bit in our research phase. So
Okay.
And now we cut this. Welcome back to Casual Compliance. We had a really, really, really good conversation in the in-between that you're not going to see unless you go to casualcompliance.fun and sign up to be on the
Upkeep and unbanned tiers.
tiers. Thank you very much.
We both forget every time.
You will see that. Because, Untap is Discord access, and then Upkeep and Unbanned is the rest. We also did a live stream. That was fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're going to do those monthly.
Yeah.
Except they're for everyone.
They are. Anyway,
Golos and Tireless Pilgrim. Just to remind everyone of what this card does.
oh yeah, you've got a reading aid this time. Are you good? Do
There's a lot of text on that.
you want me to read it? I've got it.
There's a lot
No,
of text on it.
how about you? Because I always do the reading. I want
Okay.
you to read it so I can clip it, put it on repeat, and fall asleep to it.
Okay, well let me get my good reading voice out.
Welcome to NPR.
Welcome to NPR.
Banned card list reading.
Golos, Tireless Pilgrim, is a 5 generic cost legendary artifact creature scout. Power and toughness 3/5. When Golos Tireless Pilgrim enters a battlefield, you may search your library for a land card, put that card onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. For 2 generic and Wooburg, you can exile the top 3 cards of your library. You may play them this turn without paying their mana cost.
It is the battlefield tapped.
What?
Like
The
the land. It's fine. It's
Okay.
it's ETB's tapped. It's not a
Spelunking,
problem.
1 and a green, it enters untapped.
Well, anyway.
Amulet
so,
of Vigor. Do you want me to keep going?
let's get to the ban reason.
Yeah, please.
It was printed in M20, so 2019, because it's just like FIFA games. They were always a year ahead. Banned in 2021, so it saw 2 fun years of Commander play.
Yeah.
I miss those days. There are many problems with the card. Shut the fuck up.
There are too many
say
problems.
That. It does not say shut the fuck up.
That's a Gramp additive. I want it in parentheses. There are many problems with the card, but the greatest is that in the low to middle power level tiers, where we focus the ban list, Golos is simply a better choice leader for all but the most commander-centric decks. Its presence crushes the kind of diversity in commander choice which we want to provide, which does reflect something on I did see on Reddit, which is Golos is the best dragon commander. Golos is the best Esper Stacks commander.
Yeah, sure.
And then in the April of this year, unbanning of those 5 cards that we specifically here at this show got unbanned, only us, no one else. Because we'd already had episodes on all of them in the order they were announced.
That was wild. Yeah.
Coincidence?
The power that you guys have that's incredible.
Yeah. We didn't even realize. It just happened that way.
Yeah, someone pointed it out to us.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, these
Wow.
are in your episode order.
Yeah.
In the April announcement, Golos is an incredibly powerful 5-color option that both finds any land, ensuring that even if dead, you likely have enough mana to recast it next turn. But has an activated ability that can be an extremely strong spout for all of that mana. It really homogenized games and was a de facto best commander option for many, many decks. My favorite part of any text. Perhaps it's an acceptable card in higher brackets, but it's not something we wanted to touch today, which means its unban is coming next year, baby!
No, it doesn't. Because they don't unban it for one tier or one bracket. If you unban it, it's for everyone.
If it's unbanned and it goes on the game changer list, it is specifically for 2 tiers.
Oh, sure.
Three tiers, because
Yeah,
there's
but-
5 brackets. We
but
never count bracket 5 because we also think that CDH players should be allowed to have their own space to play.
But also, I'll remind you of everything we've said before. That only applies to people who engage with the bracket system.
which are the only ones I want to play with. So
And also, the counterpoint to all of that is you can rule 0 anything if the table agrees to it.
Yes,
you
before
could just
TikTok.
play it now.
Before TikTok, I just rule 0. This
I'll
is
just
my
do it
friends.
anyway.
We get it.
You can.
I'm glad you talk to your friends about playing it. Have a great time.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the engagement. Kira didn't do much research. Kira's very confident. In the episodes where I'm confident that I'm going to get this card unbanned, I go first. Other times, Chili will label off because Chili smacks me down regularly because he is the reasonable person and I'm not.
That's just the dynamic of this relationship.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I rein him in.
I would like to go first for this one because I have the cards.
Okay.
And just to be clear, these are your reasons why Golos should be unbanned.
Yes.
Okay.
And I also, because I've been using Tagger way more now, I'm having a lot of fun with Tagger. I'm glad I've learnt this.
It's an incredible search
Also,
tool.
what I've learnt about Scryfall Tagger, though, is I think it keeps all the cards in a line because if I go left, it's Diviner's Lockbox, and if I go right, it's Graph Digger's Cage. And Golos. Anyway, I don't know what these little buttons do. Yeah, of like all the cards maybe, but surely Diviner's Lockbox and Golos, there's a card that's GA.
Probably.
There's goats.
Depends on what the tag you're using is.
Anyway, let's start with the reason why Golos can be unbanned. Essica, God of the Tree, or Prismatic Bridge. You were right. You are right.
Correct. Yeah.
I fucking hate this card. I've played against this deck. Let's read it out what it does for you. Essica, God of the Tree, really good card by itself. Great commander.
Yeah.
1 green, Vigilance, tap, add 1 mana of any color. Other legendary creatures you control have Vigilance and become mana dorks. That's about it. Tap.
That's
Can
nice.
they add 1 mana of any color?
That's nice. I
What
like
a
that.
great commander.
Yeah.
On the other side of it, though, is a Wooburg card that is a piece of fucking shit. It's a legendary enchantment. People never play Essica. People never play Essica.
Play Essica, you cowards.
It's true. People don't like their commander.
People
isn't
don't call this
Essica.
their Essica deck. They
It's
call
the
it their Prismatic Bridge deck. At the beginning of your upkeep, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature or a planeswalker card. Just creature or planeswalker. Not
get
legendary. Creature or
You get
planeswalker.
one.
Put it on the battlefield.
Yep. You won't get cast triggers though, because you're just putting.
Put it on the battlefield. Put the rest in a cascade for a creature or a planeswalker.
Sure.
Basically, of any cost. Upkeep. Every upkeep.
Your upkeep, not every upkeep.
Sorry. Yeah, because that makes it way fucking better. Yes, you with the hand up. Kira.
Has to survive until your next turn.
So does Golos. No, it doesn't.
No, it
Right,
doesn't.
your priority. Okay.
I was ready.
She was so. And did you know that I was going to say that as well?
No, I just the thing that makes the Prismatic Bridge only slightly more fair is creature or planeswalker. It is not any spell that you cast, like not XL top 3 cards, like you can do anything with them. It is creature or planeswalker specifically.
You only get one.
Only one of them has to wait until your next upkeep. So if you tap out on turn, let's say you played this Fairly Trap out on turn 5.
Yes.
And people know you're playing a Prismatic Bridge deck. You're not playing
Yes.
a Seeker deck. You're playing a Prismatic Bridge deck.
Yes.
There is a chance for people to deal with the bridge before it's your turn.
You know, if you tap out to play Golos, you're paying 5. You're not going to play Golos. Well, you are going to play Golos when you have 12 mana down. But if you're playing Golos, like you're paying the 5 to get it out. People still have a chance to interact. Like, yes, you get the land benefit. I don't deny that, but you get it once.
But
unless
if
you're
you had
leaking
the
it.
mana, you could activate Golos's ability on the same turn.
Yes, you could. I mean, you could play this if you.
You could play this. You still have to wait for your
I'm
upkeep.
going to say it. I'm
Go
gonna-
on.
I'm going to say the thing.
Come on.
If you have a ley line of anticipation in the Prismatic Bridge
Yeah.
deck, you can play at the end of someone else's turn.
Giving things flash or counter magic is not a reason to unban anything.
Giving things flash is why we should unban flash. Just saying that.
No.
I love the way your mind works.
It doesn't.
It's inscrutable. Yeah.
It's concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the inspiration for Teferi's puzzle box.
Conk and Creed.
You know what's really fun as well is like Kira does this show better than I do because like you've got formulated structured arguments for everything. I just yell about it for a little bit and then say what it. I take the I take the general dude bro route of being like, play more removal, whereas Chili's like the real constructed person here.
No, I'm just like, that's not how the ban list
Yeah,
works.
you've got a constructed argument. I'm just yelling about it.
Well, it could-
I'm
but-
the color commentary.
But that goes back to what I said earlier, right? Is like forcing other people to build their decks around the idea of dealing with like constant threats is just not a way to build a deck.
And so, but like then with the Prismatic Bridge, yes, people have a chance to remove it, but you're forcing people to use specific enchantment removal, which it does exist, but not in every color very freely, first of all. And I would be very interested to see how much enchantment removal there is versus how much artifact removal there is.
Artifact or creature removal.
Artifact and
Yeah.
creature removal, the only card that doesn't get to target Golos is fucking Go for the Throat.
Sure.
So, way more creature and artifact removal than there is enchantment removal. And because it's not seen as a creature when it's down in the battlefield, because a prismatic bridge, that is, it is really specific that you're looking for. I think that argument does exist for Golos. The Golos, you still get to hold priority and pay the cost thing if you have the expense. I do definitely get that, but I think they're similar arguments. It's just that the Golos you can pay the 7.
Yeah, I think as well the way that you build a prismatic bridge deck is so different from the near limitless ways to build a Golos deck, and I think that's something to take into consideration. And the reason why it's banned is a prismatic bridge deck is a creature planeswalker deck, and don't get me wrong, it's a good creature planeswalker deck. You have access to every good Gigantosaurus for free at my upkeep. That's not too bad.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Like a Teferi for free on my upkeep. Not too bad. There's plenty of good ways to do that, but
And there's a lot of other decks that do that as well. At La Polani Nest Tender as well does similar things.
but it's very narrow in its application. You can't get free spells off of a prismatic bridge. You can't get, artifacts off of a prismatic bridge. And you are far more inclined to play a prismatic bridge deck as a Wooburg deck because you have so much access to mana.
Yep.
You don't have to play a Golos deck as a Wooburg deck.
Not at all.
And I think that's something else that separates
Yeah,
it.
because also if you have something that taps for a mana of another color, yes, all of your 99 are Esper or Naya or fucking mono red, but if you have one Timeless Lotus in there, or Vidalcan Orrery, is it?
Allows you to play
Chromatic
Chromatic
Orrery.
Orrery, sorry, is so you got one of those in there, sick, or any kind of cost reducer.
Yeah.
So you do not have to play it as a Wooburg deck, and you're also not incentivized to. There's nothing incentivizing you to play it as a Wooburg deck. Well then, what about the next Wooburg one that is also an easy unban?
Okay.
Jody the Unifier.
Oh.
Oh, you mean an easy ban?
No, easy for Golos to be unbanned because
sure.
this card should be banned. Jody the Unifier is a legendary creature human wizard. It costs Wooburg to enter the battlefield. Legendary creatures you control get +X/+X, where X is the number of legendary creatures you control. Rad.
Yep.
Whenever you cast a legendary spell from your hand, exile exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a legendary non-land card with lesser mana value. So it's just
Legendary Cascade.
Legendary Cascade, and then put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. The caveat here is it has to be legendary. There are quite a lot of legendary spells, and also, usually, they're all very powerful because they're legendary, generally. So, and this is whenever you cast a legendary spell.
Yeah, but you're cascading once. The cascaded spell is casting from exile, so it's not going to trigger Joda again.
Yes, it is.
No.
Oh, no,
'cause
from your
it's
hand.
when
Yeah,
you
you're
cast
right.
from your hand.
From your hand.
Yeah.
I do like that they have that. Because this is what they should have had in the first sliver.
Yes.
Say when you cast from
so
your hand.
it's another point of difference. Golos is just exile the top 3 and get them. Whereas Joda is if you cast something, you're sinking the mana cost into that, sure. But then the first thing you find is what you're casting. You're getting 2 things.
Yeah, but also with Joda, it's filtering it too, as well. With Golos, you don't get to filter.
No,
It's
true.
just the top 3
You just get
things.
the
So
top
if the
3.
top 3 things are not things that are beneficial at that time, you lose them. Which is whereas with Joda, it's if you put it on the bottom and you're filtering out the lands, and I know, even though playing lands, you want to be able to play lands, but if I've played my land for turn, I pop Golos and there's 3 lands on top, it's wasted all that mana. Whereas
You can
Joda
still put a land into play.
goes through. Not from the Golos trigger.
Well, you just activate it before you've played a land.
You activate it
Yeah.
before you play it.
Yes.
But
Easy.
but also then you still got 2 more cards that aren't doing anything. You put that 1 land from that activated trigger and ability in there. Whereas again, this is filtering that out. So you and also kind of much like a lot like the first sliver was also in my list of things that are problematic, which is why Golos should be unbanned. As a first sliver player, I'm aware I'm the problem. Yeah. being able to really target. Sorry, I just looked at Golos on the floor there.
He's currently Family Guy dead pose. Just
He's where he needs to be.
He's where he needs to be, on the floor and not in our decks.
Yeah.
You're being able to filter through cards that you don't want by just being like, oh, I'm going to put some non-legendary cards in here so I can make sure that you're being a lot more specific because it's looking for the legendary. Whereas Golos is not looking for anything specifically, so can whiff way more.
Yeah. But the way that you'd build a Golos deck is to not whiff. Is to simply have heaters the whole way down.
Fatties all the way through,
That's
baby.
it. Yeah.
Well, the timing restrictions are very different for Joda as well. This is generally something you can only do during your turn, as opposed to you could feasibly activate Golos on every other player's turn.
You'd have to have your deck because Golos doesn't force a timing restriction change. Like, it doesn't give those creatures instant speed.
The other philosophy about Commander that I want to kind of like hone in on as well is the idea of doing things on other people's turns is kind of not nice.
No.
Yeah.
And interacting on other people, obviously when it comes to counter spells, kill spells, those things can happen on other people's turns. But especially the idea of like constantly activating a Golos on each other person's
Playing
turn.
the game on other people's turns.
Yeah. And especially when, again, if you're building it such that it's heaters all the way down, yeah, Golos, and here's my Ulamog, and it's like, I was just going to, Kodama's Reach for a forest, but,
Yeah,
it's fine, I
it's
guess.
the same reason why Prophet of Krufix is banned.
Yeah.
Is like being able to play the entire game on someone else's turn. Kind of boring.
And especially if we're like in this magical Christmas land where you have like a Timeless Lotus and an Unwinding Clock, and you can just boink, 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 boink on
Magical Christmas land.
This is a term
I love
that Ben Tudman, who's like a Pro Tour player, told me, because like I love to think about like magical Christmas land where the best possible situation always happens in Magic.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's magical Christmas land and that's not reality.
Yeah. That happens once every, 25 games, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I'm able to, space-time anomaly someone in standard, like 3 turns in a row, and he's like, so that's magical Christmas land, and that's not actually how the game is played. And so in this world, though, again, in a Wooburg deck, you have every tutor. You have, every ramp spell. The Golos is a ramp spell. It actually isn't that unlikely to be able to grab all of these pieces to be able to just twiddle on other people's turns. And again, like taking over other people's turns to do your cool thing is probably not a great player experience for the rest of the pod. Whereas Joda is time restricted, and you can get to a point where you don't hit anymore.
Yeah.
Like you get to a point, if you have a Skrelv, Defector Might, or a Yoshimaru in your Joda deck, there are, like, other than, Rogrark, son of, Dark, the zero cost?
Zero
There's
cost
really no zero cost legendaries. There's nothing really to cascade into that point, so you're not incentivized to play that card after Joda's already out.
Which is where, like, the first sliver, you can cascade into a suspend card and, like, at zero cost.
Yeah.
And look, it does include legendary spells. So, like, that does include planeswalkers. That does include, like, legendary sorceries like Urza's Ruinous Blast. It includes things like Kamal's Druidic Vow. Wouldn't work because it's an X spell, but, like, it includes legendary spells of any kind. So you could hit a Prophet's Eidetic Memory and things like that. And so, again, you're far more limited in what you're able to grab off of a, like, Joda Cascade trigger. And you're timing restricted to only doing it on your turn. Unless you're playing a Vidalcan Orrery for some reason and all of your spells have flash.
And you can give anything flash and make it a problem. That's not a reason to unban something else. What else you got?
What else? What else is? What's
I'm in
next?
the hot seat. What have I done? Okay, well, this is the last one. This is actually going back to that first point that you made, which is the lands issue.
Sure.
And this is what I used Tagger for, because I was like, I'm going to figure out how to find the Tagger for tutor-land-any. There are 38 cards that tutor for any land not needing a basic land type, which is quite a lot. And then there's actually quite a few of them that enter the battlefield untapped as well. They're just like, just find any land, put it down, all yours.
What sort of things are we talking about?
Enjoy.
Yeah.
So Archdruid's Charm is is tapped. Archdruid's Charm. It's a 3-cost green. Choose one. It's +1/+1 counter fight spell, or it's find a creature, put it in your hand, or put a land onto the battlefield tapped. It is tapped.
Is it search your library for a land?
Yep. Creature or a land card.
Right.
I thought it was always a forest.
Nope. Creature or just a land card and reveal it. They're mostly used to find forests,
Right.
but that's about it. We've got what's the next one? Per's Whim, which is a battle bond card for each player. Find each player chooses friend or foe for each friend. Each friend searches their library for a land card, puts on the battlefield tapped, then shuffles. Each foe sacrifices an artifact or enchantment they control. Okay. This one is another tapped one. The one I really wanted to point to, which is one I love a lot, is Sowing Microspawn. I have this in my fungus deck because it's an Eldrazi fungus.
Right.
It's got Devoid, it's got Kicker 1 and a colorless, like specifically
sure.
generic, and then you have to use colorless. Whenever you cast a spell, search your library for a land card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. And if it was kicked, exile target land. So that one is just find a land, chuck it down. It's 4 cost.
Okay.
So looking at these, a lot of the find a land stuff, if it's coming in tapped, it's usually 1 to 3 cost. Generally about 3 cost, 2 to 3 cost. If it's coming in untapped, Tempt with this Discovery is a 4
Kira's got
cost.
her hand up again.
Yeah.
No, I'll wait for you to be done.
Yeah.
I'm just ready.
Tempt with Discovery is a 4 cost. Titania's Command is a 6 cost. So like you generally, for it to be untapped, you're paying 4 or more. So there are 38 of them that lets you find them. Yes, you with the hand up at the front.
What color are they?
So what do you guys have? You know what color? No, you know what? I do have a response to this. Green is Wooburg, okay? Green can do fucking everything. You want to talk about the fucking color pie, Mark Rosewater, on episode 1129 of your fucking podcast again? Where you have the color council of colors and white does this and green does this. Green does everything. Why do you let green draw 3 cards? Why is green allowed to draw 3 cards, guys?
Why does green have an extra turn spell?
Why does it have an extra turn spell?
That one I will agree is kind of not okay. Even as the mono green player, I think that's not okay.
Why does it have an extra turn spell? Why does it have artifact and enchantment removal and also like everything else? Okay, anyway. What do you?
So I don't, like,
I'm ready for you to dunk on me.
On that point, I don't think the land part of Golos on its own is problematic. It's the combination of the two that makes it so much gas.
Because it also fuels the cost thing.
Yeah. Do you have anything you want to like talk to before I go through a few tabs here?
Fixing your mana as a Wooburg player, fixing your mana in a 5-color pile is so incredibly important. Being able to grab your triumphs, being able to grab your fetches, being able to grab your shocks and your surveils is incredibly important in a 5-color pile.
And having it on your commander?
Having it on your commander, really important, really good. And don't get me wrong, understanding that you can tutor for lands is not, again, like I don't think that's really what the issue is, but fixing colors in a 5-color deck, I think, is in some ways like unfair. Like I don't want to say unfair, but I think it's unbalanced in a way as well.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to see how she does it.
Okay. That work for you?
Trendsetter.
Yeah.
It feels weird.
Yeah, you're raising hands, you're raising the standard. It's a whole new show here.
Urza's Cave does the same thing.
Yes, it does.
Urza's Cave is a colorless land. I'm actually like huge on the Urza's Cave
love
train. I
Urza's
think a
Cave.
lot of people actually should be playing
I love
Urza's
it.
Cave more, especially if you want to like instant speed grab like an Herborg or something. It is really
I
interesting.
put one in my Titania Voice of Gaia deck because that's the one that melds with specifically Argoth, Sanctum of Nature.
Really great.
And,
So you need to be able to find
I've got
that.
like
You need to be able
3
to
or
find
4 different ways to enable me to tutor for that land.
Yeah. A lot of Wooburg decks need to play an unnecessarily high amount of ramp to fix their mana. Golos is a problem solver on a stick, as well as a free spell generator on a stick, as well as like.
No, I think problem solver on a stick just covers everything.
It covers a lot
you
of
got a problem?
bases.
Golos is here to help.
Because also think about it as well. Like, you know, you need to be able to generate lots of mana in this deck. You go grab things like your Urza's Mine and your Urza's Tower and your Urza's Power Plant, and then you've got everything, and it grabs your
the
planar
reasons
nexus.
why I don't play Modern.
Like, it grabs your planar nexus, it
Yeah.
grabs your Talon Gates of Madara. Like, it does so much, and it feels very.
It grabs your mazes ends.
Yeah, it's very railroaded, and it's very broadly applicable, and especially once you start adding things like Teleportation Circle, and you add things like Conjurer's Closet and Ephemerate, and you just start flickering it in and out.
Displacer Kitten.
Displacer. I mean, like you
Soul
can.
Bonds.
You guys are just reading off my Chrome tabs now.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Chili.
Let's
Yeah.
get to your Chrome tabs.
So
Did you use Commander Spellbook?
I did, and I wanted to bring it up because I asked Kira, and you are not familiar with.
I'm
Commander
not
Spellbook.
familiar with this.
Commander Spellbook is a website for finding combos for Commander decks.
Oh, okay.
And there's a search syntax you can use that includes banned cards.
Very good.
So, for example, I can search for Golos.
Yeah.
And I found one with 4 cards. Golos, obviously. Amulet of Vigor, you mentioned.
Yeah.
The 1-cost artifact that says whenever a permanent enters the battlefield tapped and under your control, untap it. We've got Zerda the Dawn Waker, the Boros Companion, 1 and then 2 hybrid Boros. Companion restriction, each permanent card in your starting deck has an activated ability. And then abilities you activate that aren't mana abilities cost 2 less to activate. It can't reduce the mana in that cost to less than 1 mana, so that's going to chop out the 2 generic on Golos itself. And then we've got Mel the Blessed, 2 white for a legendary unicorn. It has for the low price of 3 generic mana. Exile another target creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. So you're basically setting up this loop where you use Mel to blink Golos. Golos triggers, you go find a land. Amulet of Vigor triggers, untapping the land. You just do that forever.
Empty your deck of lands and then Golos trigger each time you can to play all the cards infinitely. What is wrong with that?
Yeah.
And then you Thoracle.
Yeah,
I'm just
it's
saying.
It's fun.
Near infinite
Thoracle's legal.
Enter and leave triggers near infinite landfall. You get all the lands from your library into the battlefield.
And that's where I'm saying like the application of Golos does not have to be a Wooburg deck. That could be a Gruul landfall deck.
That's red-white.
That could be a
Boros.
That could be
Boros
a
landfall.
Gruul landfall deck.
Yeah.
That could be a Nile landfall deck. That doesn't even have to be a Wooburg deck.
Yeah. Yeah. So Amulet of Vigor is like, untap that land, you can pay for the cost, you can just keep going forever.
Sounds fun to me.
There's a few cards as well, because thinking about Golos, probably going to get removed. It's a generic cost of 5, and then you're just adding 2 to it every time. And there's a handful of spells that care about the number of times you've cast your commander from the command zone, such as Myth Unbound.
Yep.
For 2 and a green, it's an enchantment that says your commander costs 1 generic less to cast for each time it's been cast from the command zone this game.
Basically, it halves your commander tax cost.
That's really nice.
And like, I didn't go and look for it.
Was
but
that
you could-
C18?
C18, yeah.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
didn't go and look for it, but you could create copies of that.
Each C18 deck had a card like that because a Minotaur had 2 of them actually.
Yeah, right.
A black one where each player sacrifices a creature for each time your commander's been played from the command zone, or loses half their life rounded down.
Cool.
Yeah.
The other half of Myth Unbound, whenever your commander is put into the command zone from anywhere, draw a card.
Yeah,
That's all right.
that's rad.
That's great.
But yeah, like I said, if you copied Myth Unbound, you could make Golos basically free forever. That's
Again,
a problem.
What is wrong with it?
So then I went like on that sort of theme.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Tagger.
Yes, I did
I went to
mention Tagger.
Scryfall and combined 3 different tags in a single search.
Yeah.
It is cost reducer creature, cost reducer artifact, cost reducer legendary.
Sweet.
There's 21 different options. I pulled a couple up here. One is Artificer class.
Oh yeah, that's
For
the
1
one.
and a blue. It's the sort of like Dungeons and Dragons class leveler type mechanic. But, you know, first artifact spell you cast each turn costs 1 less to cast. It's a lot of things like that. You know, Jour is familiar, Founder Inspector, those sorts of things. Just to, you know, keep bringing that cost down. They're all things you can copy again. Then, yeah, because Artificer class level 3, at the beginning of your end step, create a token that's a copy of target artifact you control.
Yeah, great.
You want to just blink in a Golos at the end just to get another land out?
No,
Yeah, you do, though. You do
I
want to do that.
I do.
And yeah, you mentioned things like Teleportation Circle, Kira, and Conjurer's Closet. You know, end step, blink a creature, and
the kitty.
yeah. Then of course, yeah, Timeless Lotus, 5 generic, comes in tapped, tap it for Wooburg. Like it's so easy to make this like cheap as shit to play Golos and activate it.
Have you even thought about like Timeless Lotus with an Amulet to figure out?
Yeah.
She's not untapped anymore.
No.
How can we use Isochron Scepter to play
I don't
Golos?
I don't think you don't even need Isochron Scepter to make it annoying.
Isochron Scepter, unsummon the TikTok will love it when we come up with 30 mana combos to really make the game thing. So yeah, Isochron Scepter, unsummon under it, and you pay the 2, which costs more than the unsummon because the summons are one cost.
Okay.
To put it back to your hand,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna have to somehow untap the Isochron to do it
Yeah.
again. So
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Look, I think to pull us back to like the actual original ban reason about how it's basically just the de facto best commander option.
Yes.
That I think like we've had some fun here.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, coming up with weird combos and goofy shit we can do. But when one commander is so far and away just the best option, regardless of the type of deck you're trying to build, like that's how you get VV being more than 50% of every deck in fucking standard.
Yes, it's how you get like, everyone's showing up to the table because it's also not that expensive of a card, which is what the commander bans cards on their cost as well and perceived entry to play. Except the dual lands are fucking legal still for some reason. Golos is a $2 card.
Yeah,
you probably the price would probably spike if it was unbanned.
I think so. Because it's never been reprinted either. Because it basically got banned before the next set came out.
Yeah, so like it's not been reprinted. It's not going to be playable in Commander. It shouldn't be playable in Commander because it's not fun and it will take up majority of the landscape. You'll start seeing the same deck archetypes in Esper as well coming out, where it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take Allura away, put it in the 99, and just play Golos, kind of thing. Boring as batshit.
Yeah.
Whereas, and it's like you've said, it's not good in Vintage. It's not good in Highlander. It's not really good. It's not a Commander specific card. It was printed in M21. Like
M20.
Sorry, M20. It's like this is a card that was in a core format.
And it is the unique problem that sometimes Commander runs into. The command zone represents permanent access to the card.
Yes.
Like, no matter what happens, you have the option to put it there if something gets removed. And when a card is that powerful and always accessible, that's a problem.
Well, because that's what happened with Nadu, right?
Yeah.
Same kind of like it was because outside, like, in the Commander environment that we're in now, what is the best deck? What is it? Like,
I don't know.
Exactly.
The one
thing.
you have fun with.
Yeah.
well, and like
There's no archetype that is like, oh, you have to be playing this to be playing the best.
and there's obviously popular Commander decks.
Can't do that.
There's popular Commander decks. There's you've got your Edgar decks.
Your Atraxas.
Your
Edgar
Atraxas.
Markovs. Like, don't look at me.
You've got your Tiamat decks. You've got your Gishath decks.
But then also everyone is like they're popular
iterating.
commanders, but everyone is doing. Some people are using copy and paste from a Scryfall or not Scryfall, from a EDH rec deck list. But like a lot of the people that are playing your Tiamats, your Atraxas, they're doing their own thing. They're expressing themselves in that deck design.
Look, and sometimes the expression is fairly narrow.
Yes.
Like there's only so many different ways you can slice a Tiamat. Like it's usually and now
5 ways, 5 heads.
Yeah.
Chop them off.
Well, and now with Tarkir Dragonstorm is largely a Dracogenesis free dragon spells deck.
Absolutely.
But there's so much extra room. Like you're not building a Tiamat deck that's actually a 5-color slivers deck.
No.
You're not building a
Could
you could. Like again, you could.
Was it Rookmarl, the one that turns like slivers and a
Alex
non-sliver
has made a
type
Rookmarl.
into
I mean,
slivers?
you've got Maskwood Nexus, you've got like Leyline of Transformation, you have things that change creature types, but Golos has so much wider of an application in terms of this could actually just be like a mono green ramp deck that
has Golos as the commander.
Golos is the commander, and again, you're playing green cards that tap for other colors as well, so you can activate it, but it's actually a mono green Eldrazi deck.
It's Golos elves.
But but you could also do like a Leyline of the Guild Pact, and then because it fits in the deck,
right?
And you can use anything
any
to
color,
cast it.
yeah, and so there isn't right now. When Nadu was popular, everyone built a Nadu deck.
Yes.
It was whether it was in Modern, whether it was in Commander, everyone was building Nadu decks.
Because I don't know if you did. I did not see a Nadu deck at all in Commander. Like it was like card, and they said, "Oh, we designed this card for Commander," but it was in Modern. I never saw a Nadu deck. I never even saw a deck with Nadu in it.
I remember hearing about it. I think a lot of Commander players understood that it was way too good. I think there was this kind of like, oh no.
Yeah, and there was that community aspect, which is why making it a ban was quite easy. It's like the community had already sub-banned it, basically.
The community that loved it was CEDH.
Yes.
CEDH loved Nadu.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it did, if my recollection is correct, and like it could be like incorrect, there was like a CEDH tournament where everyone was playing Nadu, and it was the most miserable tournament anyone had ever played.
Oh, just like the Modern one that I watched at 3:00 in the morning while I was in Seattle.
Like again, and there are cards that iterate unfun play patterns and create poor experiences.
I point to the ground because Golos is over there.
And in a social
Face down, ass up.
That's the way I like to search for any land in my deck. In a social game that is meant to engender more games and garner more fun.
Yep.
It is an unfun card that creates unfun play patterns. It lets you play the game in a way that I don't really think it was meant to be played, which is on other people's turns. And that is something I really want to hone in on why I think it's really actually fine for Golos to be banned and stay banned, is being able to do that kind of thing on every single opponent's turn.
So if it said only at sorcery speed, would that make it fixed?
I think it makes it better. It still doesn't. I think there still needs to be some element of tap, activate,
or sacrifice.
There's still a balance of the top 3 cards. You're just going to get them for free. That itself
getting
is
them for free
powerful.
Is fucked.
Getting them for free. If there was some iteration of you can exile it with 3 suspend counters on it or something.
Yeah.
The combination of tutoring for lands and mana fixing, the combination of you can activate it at instant speed on anyone's turn, the fact that it's not hard to generate that amount of mana. What people, I think, tend to neglect in Commander as a format is it is not hard to make 7 mana. It is not hard to even make 10 mana. It really is not. And so the idea that is
unless you're one of those psychos that's like, I'm going to put 32 lands in here. It's like, that's idiot.
Why are you doing that? You should 36 or more.
Minimum, yeah.
I was about to say 45 minimum.
36 or more. Oh, I'm on turn 6 and I have only 4 lands in play. It's crazy.
You've been in that position multiple times.
Hey,
sometimes
these things happen to the best of us.
Sometimes you shuffle bad and you get locked out.
Yeah. Well.
So I guess with that, can Golos be unbanned?
No.
It's not a game changer? Or is it too much of a game changer to stays banned?
I think it's too much of a game changer.
Yeah, and I think, again, relying on brackets, the bracket system in game changers as, your safety net only works for the people that are using it. There's nearly half of all Commander games logged through Spell Table, right, that aren't even using it. It was whatever that metric was.
Yeah, and the game is being designed for them as well.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah, it becomes available for everyone, which is yuck.
Well, good news. Golos is being unbanned next round, so we're good to go. If you want to see more Kira, because the most eloquacious person on the podcast, including us two, where can people go to see what you do?
If you want to see what I am getting up to with my co-host Maya, we are producing Raise the Standard, which is another Magic the Gathering podcast focused on constructed formats. So we talk about Standard largely. We are also talking about Modern and hopefully Highlander, Australian Highlander. You can find us at Raise MTG on all platforms. If you want to find me, I am largely at kirabobeera or kirabobeera.jpg. And I'm hanging out. You can find me around the city.
We've had a conversation with the JPEG the entire time. If you want to check out more of our stuff, you can go to casualcompliance.fun. We have merchandise.
Social media platforms.
We have banned cards in our pockets.
Have we ticked off all the boxes? Good for behind the scenes. Shout out the supporters. We've already shouted out the supporters, but we'll shout out again.
You mentioned them.
Thanks, Spider. Take a photo for the thumbnail. And Isochron Scepter is an instant with mana value 2 or less. Have fun.
You can imprint an instant. Isochron Scepter is not an instant.
Yeah,
it's an artifact that you can imprint.
I had to get economical with the word count on it.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.